No, she's like a full-on delusional fan. Like, she has genuine, real romantic feelings for her bias. Oh my god, do people not have a life or something?
A little PSA to people who are like very much attached to the idols that they like. Don't do that.
It's like, you think you're gonna marry your K-pop idol? Hell no, that's not gonna happen. You cannot be for real.
No, nothing you see about an idol's life on camera, nothing that we're shown is really real.
1, 2, 3. Hi everyone, I'm Christina, and this channel is basically me yapping about different K-pop topics. If you find that interesting, follow up. So buckle up, because it's a long drive. I've been following K-pop in general for a few years now, and it was really shocking at the beginning about how
intense
the fandom is. Like, people weren't just fans, but were really into it, emotionally attached, rearranging the whole life around comebacks. And to be honest, there was also a period of time where I also felt
a little bit delusional.
I think we've all been there. And in that parasocial kind of way, it felt like I really knew these people. What actually brought me back to
reality
was actually going to a K-pop concert. It was great. I was watching them and I was like,
whoa,
these like are real people. They don't exist in TikTok. They're not just dancing. I just saw them like humans doing their jobs. I just became a healthier fan.
Not like delusional.
You know? So, why do parasocial relationships feel so real? And why, specifically in K-pop, these parasocial relationships are so strong? Our brains respond to repeated exposure, even if there's no real interaction happening. So when idols post
messages, different photos, lives, they speak casually, they act relatable.
If they're not responding to you personally, the brain perceives it like social interaction. It's like following someone every day, seeing them constantly. Eventually, it's normal to feel like you know them. It's a two-sided feeling, even though it's actually one-sided. This emotional attachment, it's actually very strong, especially on younger fans. It leads them to compare their appearance, how they define attractiveness in others, they imagine how relationships might look, and also how they see themselves. Because often, idols are presented as
perfect boyfriends, girlfriends, always kind, always careful, never rude,
funny, and watching all this content constantly makes an illusion of their persona. K-pop content is designed to keep you obsessed. There's always something new, a live, a teaser, a comeback, so it's easy to stay in that loop. That explains why fans' reactions are so strong in K-pop fandoms. When idols have rumors of dating, fans often react Some fans can feel heartbreak, betrayal, and grief when an idol does something that's out of this persona made up in their mind. That's why parasocial breakups feel so real, because they're made on that illusion.
How do K-pop companies and just famous people in general create the most parasocial, loyal, money-spending fans that will stick beside them no matter what? K-pop idols and just famous people in general who the more content and stuff they have out, the more parasocial their fans are. But so a shit ton of content about them that showcases likable. And when you're putting a human on a pedestal, it's because you're not seeing them as a human. The K-pop industry calling these singers idols already has it in the name. You have to make these people seem accessible and yet keep that airiness of unaccessibility at the same time. So they're the most perfect, beautiful specimen in the world, and they like don't even seem like a real human because everything about them is perfect. Everything.
Whereas like also K-pop fans often, especially like women, may develop higher specific standards for partners based on their idols. These standards are unrealistic. These idols are portrayed as emotionally caring, charismatic, supportive. So when you consume that image a lot, it can also shape what you look for in a real life partner, which is it's not entirely bad, but
Normal people can seem like not enough
in comparison.
Kind of stepping Tommy's.
I got a text!
What are you doing?
Texting.
This parasocial attachment is also extremely
profitable.
There are paid platforms like Weverse, Bubble. These apps sell the feeling of a real conversation, even though messages are mass sent. They look personal. These platforms make millions because of emotional closeness, encourages long-term subscriptions.
Bubble is a paid subscription service in which you can pick any of the Stray Kids members, and basically you get text messages from those members directly. For us as the fans, it looks like a one-on-one text with the group member. When it comes to the members themselves, it looks more like a group chat on their end. They send their messages and they see everyone's messages in return in that one space like a group chat. Well, the members can send texts, they can make polls, they can send photos, voice memos, videos, all kinds of things like you were texting any friend basically.
Play my favorite game of is the bubble translator crap or did I wake up to Hyunjin flirting with me? I don't know how the OT8 bubble girlies do it, but I woke up to 20-something messages between Hyunjin and IN. Hyunjin sending a selfie and possibly flirting, if the translation is correct. And IN just sending a gazillion selfies and cutesy little messages because boy's a certified yapper.
Parasocial attachment also fuels collecting behavior. Multiple album versions, photo cards, limited merch, seasonal items. Fans don't want just objects, they want to feel emotionally attached through those things. It's okay to collect albums or whatever, but I think there's a limit where it might be like to the extreme, you know? Fan signs and video calls are often lottery based. This requires fans to buy more and more to participate. Even with these 30 seconds of interactions, it feels so meaningful and the emotional investment is
high.
All of this turns emotional loyalty onto ongoing revenue and not one-time purchase.
Just because your favorite idol wore it or had it. I feel like this doesn't happen as much now, but I remember being a baby stay and I would see like Lena wearing this, Hyunjin wearing that, and I was like, I need to have it.
Girls, I don't know if you just heard, but Han just started advertising NARS Cosmetics. So of course I'm gonna go and buy it.
Monslay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. These are the slays of the week.
Idols endorse products because parasocial trust increases consumer behavior. Fans often buy things because supporting the brand may feel like supporting the idol. Also positive effects on fans. Like this parasocial relationship may also reduce loneliness, provide comfort, and create motivation. And even finding yourself in a community, in a fandom may help. Fandoms can genuinely improve your emotional well-being. On the other side, there's also an emotional dependence, anxiety when idols disappear, go to military service, emotional up and downs to different news.
I also think it has a lot to do with K-pop companies carefully crafting their personality so they appear as obtainable.
Well, on the artists themselves, of course, there are positive impacts. I believe that many of them genuinely believe and appreciate fans and feel motivated by them, but they also face a lot of
pressure
to always be perfect, stay in control. They lose their privacy and they cannot talk about anything
unless it's scripted or like approved by the company.
The harsh truth is that these idols are never gonna notice us as an individual. We're just in the background amongst thousands of other fans.
Like, I'm sure there are genuine moments, but huge majority of what we see are the versions that their companies allows us to. It's an idol persona, still them, yes, but produced and filtered for our entertainment.
Can you imagine how mentally draining it might be creating a persona and having to maintain that image, being under the cameras
so many hours, so many days,
being in the public eye
constantly? That's insane.
So parasocial relationships feel real because we humans are wired for connection. We need it to survive in this society. Emotional content reinforces it.
K-pop is just the amplification of it.
So back to reality. It's okay to love idols. It's okay to buy merch, to watch their streams, collect stuff, and be genuinely happy for their comebacks, going to concerts and stuff like that.
It's good for K-pop groups to help you, but remember guys that you should be able to go times without watching the group and still be happy and content. K-pop shouldn't be your main source of happiness.
Just don't forget to check into yourself, because these are real people with real lives. We don't know them. It's just what they want us to know. Take it a little bit easier. Having that in mind made my fan experience healthier and still fun. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, the obsession, so subscribe and tell me in the comments, did you have a Delulu phase or you've grown past it? No judgment. Many of us have been there. Bye, chat.